The year on a regular season game, what kind of challenges does Texas A&M present?
I mean, it's hard to believe that it's the last regular season game. Texas A&M, Kennedy Carter is a handful. And not only her, just their ability to have played without her and played well. I mean, they got a lot of great pieces. They are a team that, if you look at them, if you look at their starting lineup, they have the most experience of any starting lineup in our league. Unfortunately, they weren't able to play a whole lot of it because of Kennedy's injury, but they've gotten better because of it, and I think Kennedy's gotten better because of it as well. I don't think yesterday's game is any indication of how good Texas A&M is and the challenge that we have in front of us.
Don, what have your seniors meant to your program?
Oh, wow. I mean, every time you get to this time of the year, your seniors are the ones that have been through it all. I mean, they've put you through a whole lot. You put them through a whole lot. But this is the day in which, you probably just leave them alone and allow them to just take in, the atmosphere, take in it being their last regular season game, but also reflect on the impact that they've had on our program, our community, our university. And both Kiki and Ty have been tremendous in being givers of our program.
How is Ty unique from other of your great point guards that you've coached in the past?
Ty is different. I mean, she is smooth. She is a silent killer. And probably the most of our point guards have been a little more vocal. I mean, obviously it takes a lot out of them to become vocal, but Ty's never, she's always been like E.F. Hutton. When she talks, people listen, and she led from that approach. And there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, and there's a lot of ways to lead. I think you just have to be organic in how you lead, and she's been that for us.
You think of Kiki, the freshman, how much has she grown in 4 years?
Oh, Kiki's probably had the most growth. She's probably one that came to college and thought college was something different than what it actually is, meaning there's more, there's more probably outside of basketball than the actual basketball. And then as you continue to grow and you learn your sport and you work on your craft, you see how very important it is because, now she has really high expectations of wanting to play professionally, and she worked towards being more mature and growing into that. So, I mean, look for it to be a bittersweet day, but hopefully it ends on a sweet note.
You talk about Ty being a silent killer and not as much of a vocal presence on the team. How did you develop that trust with her as a freshman and hand her the keys to the lineup?
I mean, Ty was really good. Ty asked really good questions that made me aware of her intellect and her, her ability to think the game. Because of the type of questions that she asked as a freshman. And then, as she's grown into the role of leader and captain, those questions never stop. It's not often, but when she does say it, it's like, oh, that makes sense, and go ahead and do it the way you need to do it. So I just think that she's primed to be a special player in the WNBA next year, and she's going to probably have a great relationship with her coach because she's an extension of the coach, and she's actually a coach out there on the floor.
You said you thought she was kind of hard to read when you were recruiting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she was very hard. She didn't talk. I mean, she wasn't one that we had like constant communication until her senior year, like the fall of her senior years, when she really picked up and started talking to more coaches, which I like. Again, it's organic. It isn't forced. She wasn't forced to talk to us. It was when it was time for her to make a decision. She said, let me delve into, these coaches and figure out what's the best place for me. And, we're very fortunate that she picked us.
Don, Ty told us how her overall experience here at South Carolina will help us be productive once her career is over, whether or not that includes basketball. How proud does that make you as a coach that someone realizes that and has a full grasp of that before their graduation?
I mean, that's super huge. That's a great compliment. That's what you want all your players to say once their eligibility expires, and that is, they got something out. Hopefully, she got more out of being at South Carolina than we got of. Obviously, the tangible thing is we got championships. We got a national championship, but she's going to graduate. She's going to go on to the WNBA, and I know she says, you know, whether or not she continues to play, she's going to continue to play, and she's going to continue to have that impact. And it's like an old saying where when you treat people good, they treat you better. And I hope, Ty's treated us probably far better than we treated her. And for her to say that, it's pretty special.
Anything else for Coach? Thank you.
Thank you.